Most people think water pollution comes directly from a factory or other known source. Did you know the biggest source of water pollution comes from people's actions? Collectively, our behaviors can have a profound influence on water quality in our reservoirs, ponds, and streams. We can harm the environment and the people that interact with it without even knowing it. Stormwater quality is important, and we all play a role in cleaning up our act when it comes to protecting our waterways.
Stormwater is exactly what it sounds like. It's the water that's generated from a precipitation event, whether it's from a rainstorm, a hailstorm, or a snowstorm. So when it rains or snows, the stormwater either infiltrates into the bare ground or it runs off a hard surface known as impervious surface, such as a rooftop, a parking lot, a sidewalk, or a street. This stormwater runoff enters the inlet, which leads to a storm drain. And storm drains, they convey stormwater where it eventually outfalls directly to the nearest surface water or drainage way, such as a stream or a pond. And these drainage ways eventually flow into each other and they form rivers, and they lead to lakes or other bodies of water like the Cherry Creek Reservoir or the ocean. And it's very important to understand that the stormwater is not treated like the wastewater that goes down your sanitary sewer drain located in your home or at your school or at your work. They're two completely separate systems. Stormwater runoff, it picks up trash, pet waste, chemicals that we use on our lawns and gardens, including fertilizers, herbicides, and pesticides. It also picks up soil from disturbed grounds at construction sites, fuel and oil from vehicles and equipment, and improper disposal of household hazardous waste. So these pollutants, they affect water bodies that we use as a source of drinking water and recreation activities such as fishing and swimming. Additionally, these pollutants can also affect aquatic habitat and wildlife. And some pollutants, they can also come from landscape waste such as grass clippings and leaves, which are a source of nutrients such as phosphorus and nitrogen. Although landscape debris is natural and organic, when it decomposes, it can negatively affect waterways. The excess nutrients from landscape debris or fertilizers can encourage aquatic plants and algae to thrive in a waterway. Although some aquatic plant life and algae is beneficial, too much of a good thing can be excessive. The algae can overgrow in a pond, eventually it will decompose, and it will reduce the amount of oxygen in a waterway. And all of these low oxygen levels, they can contribute to odors in the waterway, and fish and other aquatic organisms have difficulty surviving in this type of environment.
Did you know that Greenwood Village is required to protect our waterways? Because not everything that is discharged into a storm drain is composed of stormwater, the village is required by state law to detect and eliminate illicit discharges.
The term illicit discharge generally refers to any flows of material or liquids to the storm drain that is not composed entirely of stormwater. The storm drains are not designed to accept or discharge these non-stormwater wastes. Because storm drains carry stormwater untreated to the nearest surface water, it's important to know that only snow and rain should enter the storm drain. The cause of illicit discharge can be intentional or unintentional. Illicit discharges can come from an improperly connected and maintained sanitary sewer, a construction site, improper vehicle and equipment maintenance, and improper disposal of pet waste, household hazardous waste, and trash. An example of an intentional cause of an illicit discharge is when a person deliberately dumps chemicals such as antifreeze, motor oil, paint, or trash into the street or storm drain. An unintentional cause of an illicit discharge can also occur from a sanitary sewer or grease trap overflow or a spill from a motor vehicle accident. It can also occur when people leave household chemicals, they blow their grass clippings in the street, or they leave pet waste in an area where stormwater can carry it to the nearest storm drain. It's important to know that the state law allows for non-stormwater discharges to enter the storm drain. This includes flows from emergency firefighting activities, street sweeping wash water, water line flushing. It also includes additional flows such as riparian habitats and wetlands and other discharges that pose a low risk to water quality. And all of these items are included in the village's municipal code, which you can look up at the village's website. The goal of the village's illicit discharge detection and elimination program is to reduce the frequency and environmental impacts of illicit discharges that are accidentally or intentionally dumped into the storm drain system. The village has a regulatory mechanism in place that includes enforcement actions such as abating and cleaning up the illicit discharge, and it can also include a summons to appear in municipal court. We have trained our staff to recognize signs of illicit discharge and the steps we take to ensure that the illicit discharges are addressed accordingly. We also rely on the general public to report suspicious activity that may contribute to an illicit discharge.
With Greenwood Village doing their part, they need your help to do yours. Becoming aware of the outcome of everyday activities will reduce the chances of pollutants becoming accidentally introduced into our water and the environment.
So the City of Greenwood Village has the following tips to help you protect water quality. The first tip is never dump anything down a storm drain. Participate in the village's household hazardous waste program by calling 1-800-449-7587. Pick up and properly dispose of pet waste. Keep your street clean from litter by keeping your waste receptacle lids secured. Avoid excessive use of lawn and garden chemicals. Use phosphorus-free fertilizers and perform a soil test before application. Just remember, more is not better. Properly dispose of yard waste by mulching or bagging your leaves and grass clippings, and don't sweep or blow your yard waste into the street or gutter. Also, ensure that carpet cleaners and mobile pet washing operations dispose of their wastewater to an indoor drain or drain to a landscape area where the water can infiltrate. If you happen to be emptying out your swimming pool, be sure to dechlorinate your pool water before draining it and try to divert the flow to a landscape area to allow the water to infiltrate into the ground. But be sure to not create downstream flooding or erosion to your downstream neighbors. Also, when you're washing your car, be sure to use phosphorus-free soaps when you do that and let the water drain to a landscape area. Or better yet, consider using a commercial car wash, which can also conserve water. And last but not least, maintain your vehicles and small equipment so they don't leak fluids.
As village residents, each of us can play a role in protecting our stormwater and the environment. Please report any suspected illegal dumping or illicit discharge by calling the police department at 303-773-2525. Reporting for GV Kids Inc. News, I am Giselle Yokomichi.